Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Armory Daily here for GamersPlatoon. It's been a little bit since I last talked to you guys. Hope everybody's doing great. Had some issues with my house and stuff here. You guys can check the GP forums if you want to hear about that, because today we're talking about Ghost Recon Future Soldier, probably the buggiest game ever to release. This is not to say it's a bad game. It's not a bad game, but there's a bunch of bugs in it, and it's really frustrating. But they're going to fix it. They promise they're going to fix it very soon. But it doesn't take away from the game being very fun. So the first thing that we'll show you is the game modes here. You'll see you have three different types of game modes. You have your multiplayer, which is your regular PvP, player versus player. You got your story and co-op. That's where you can do any of the campaign levels together with up to 4 friends, well, up to 3 friends plus yourself, 4 people. And then you have the guerrilla mode, which is their wave survival mode, which you could also do co-op, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna hop in and take a look at the next feature, which is our in-game gun customizer. They call it the gunsmith. There's a billion customizations. If there's not a billion, it's pretty close. We're gonna hop in there and take a look at that. There was one other feature that we wanted to look at before we hopped in game, and that's in our extra content here. You see you have a spot for DLC that may be coming out. You also have squads. Now this is your in-game clan system. I like this. I wish more games had this kind of feature. You click squads, you'll see 42nd Air Assault Regiment up here. This is a squad I created. It has a motto. You can see all of the members of the squad. Currently I'm the only one here, as this is a fairly new game. I haven't had a chance to recruit a bunch of people, but you'll see that you can use this option to play with your squad in the game. You don't have to this is like your party up feature basically, but for the people that are in your squad, which is awesome. So if you go to squad options, you can edit messages of the day. That's pretty cool. You can edit your motto, your tag. You can invite other members to your squad. So this is a very cool and neat feature that Ghost Recon's offering, and I'm glad they stuck this in here, because this is a +1 for them, and they need all the +1s they can get with all these bugs. Before we hop in, I'll tell you one of the bugs that I don't know if you can see or not, but this video is being shot in a windowed screen mode, because the full screen mode does not support 1920 by 1080. It's capped at 720p. I think that's like 1280 by 720 or some bullshit like that. I don't know. I'm not a resolution guy, but that's what I think it is, and it's a little frustrating. The game still looks crisp and clear. It is still in HD, but it has black lines that go around the screen, so you're basically playing inside of a little box. And that's frustrating. They say they're going to fix that, but currently that's the only way to play. But we're done here. We're hopping in game. We're going to check out the weapons, and you guys are going to like this. So stay tuned. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are on the multiplayer side of things. This is a love-hate with me for the multiplayer. I love the customization and the things that you get with this multiplayer experience, but I also feel like it's a little bit limited. There is only 3 classes in the game. There's your scout, engineer, and rifleman. Now, the scout is, your sniper rifle, shotgun guy. Your engineer is your SMG, explosives kind of dude, and then your rifleman is obviously everything else. So what you'll do here is you'll change or pick the character that you want. We'll take this guy for example. You can edit certain parts about him. You can edit his helmets and stuff like that via this menu. You also can change and check the progression of your guy, see what your next unlocks are. They have it built in this nice tree where it's a lot easier to see and tell what you're going to get. It's a very cool feature actually. So you work your way down, and as you progress in level and get achievements, you'll unlock certain things on the tree, and you'll be able to see where you're at as far as your progression goes. So that is pretty cool. Now the next thing that we want to look at, which is the big hype about Ghost Recon, is the loadout section. This is where you can customize your primary weapon. For example, we have the ACR here. This one is not customized. This is the stock default ACR, and I am turning that there. That's why it's acting all crazy. So go ahead and pick the ACR, and you're going to see it's going to pull apart here, and you can see all the parts of the weapons, all the little screws and bolts and all that kind of stuff. And it's cool because you can see what you customize here, as opposed to, you know, Modern Warfare, where it kind of just pops in there and that kind of stuff. You can see what you're changing on the gun, which for me is more fulfilling and more rewarding to be able to tell what I'm changing. So we'll go ahead and pick optics real quick. So in the optics, you have different types of optics that you are allowed to get. Now you'll see that they cost attachment credits, and you earn attachment credits by leveling up and playing the game and that kind of stuff. So I'm not sure if I have any with me, but let's see if I can grab that. Nope, I don't have any attachments credits, but it's okay. So you get you pick the attachment that you want, and then we'll go on to the gun. You'll see that there's other things as well, like different styles of paint. I have a couple since the game was pre-ordered, but you know, there's tons of paint options for the gun, and you can pick the one that you want. And when you select that, it will change the color of your gun in the game here, and it sticks well with the true to life thing, where it doesn't really help, but if you pick the right camo for the right, you know, map or mission, it actually can you know, do something for you, provide you a little more cover, whatever you want to call it. But you know, there's just tons of customizable options here. You have different triggers for your guns. You have different types of magazines for your weapons, where you can go tape mags, drum mag, standard magazine. You have the attachments for the underbarrel, which can be pistol grips, bipod pistol grips, which is a combination of the two. You have the actual folding bipod, the 40mm grenade launchers, shotguns, stun guns, all sorts of stuff. And it's all going to change right there before your eyes. When you pick it, it's going to be you know, right there. You're going to be able to see what you're doing, which is, as I stated, one of the best things. You know, when you slap a red dot on in Modern Warfare, you can't really tell what that's going to do until you get into the game and see what, you know, the red dot looks like. Maybe you don't like it. Maybe you'll like the, you know, the ACOG or something else better. But here's the next cool feature of this game: is once you have the gun and it's set up the way that you want it to be set up from the loadout screen, you just click the firing range and you're in game, like, automatically. So here we are in the in-game section. You see the graphics look good, even though they are in the 720. But you know, you can get in here and test out the gun that you just put together, and you know, it's awesome. It's that's probably the best feature of this game is the gunsmith. You can customize the gun the way you want and make it the way you want, and then take it in game and, you know, really give it a test through its paces. And I believe you'll be able to share your customizations with the you know, the websites and stuff eventually. I'm not sure if you can do that now, but it is a feature that is planned if it's not already implemented. So now we're going to hop into the end game and shoot up some of the bad guys. I'll show you guys how this cover system actually works, and we'll take it from there. Alright guys, before we hop into the game here, I just wanted to also point out that there are two different factions for the game, and they each have their own different weapons. So we saw the ghost weapons already. If you switch to the Russian team, you will see that the Russian have different primaries than the ghost team. I deal with the you know, Russian assault rifles, Chinese assault rifles, things like that. So it's pretty neat to see each side having their own set of weapons. So here we have the AK we just built. Alright guys, here we are in the Ghost Recon multiplayer. I'm gonna try not to die so much here, but the maps are awesome, man. They're big maps, and I don't mean necessarily big as far as, you know, having the biggest, you know, area, but compared to the size of your people and the squads that you're playing with, the maps are big, and they're really fun. I'm having a good time playing here. The graphics again are just great. I like the graphics. Ooh, I got blown up there. Guy got me with a good grenade. He deserved that one. So here you can see the you know, the kill cam, which is pretty cool because it doesn't necessarily give away too much. I mean, it shows you the last couple seconds right before you died, which you could really complain about that. But one thing I meant to mention is the game here is objective based only. Like, there's tons of different game modes, but they're all objective based. You're not going to run into game modes that have you know, like a team deathmatch feel to them, because I'm not sure that there is any, which is great, because I hate team deathmatch where it feels like one guy can really, you know, ruin the whole game. But you know, here when you have the objective-based gameplay, you're kind of forcing the player to, you know, work together as a team and you know, work in unison with everybody, which is great. It's really frustrating to have, you know, one guy try and, you know, take all the kills or whatever. But when you're working together, the game's a lot more fun, and the cover swapping system is really good. You'll see here I can swap from cover to cover. All I'm doing to get from this point to that point is holding shift. Once I set that blue arrow where I want to go, I hold shift and I'll go there, and I can stop anywhere in between and readjust myself, which is awesome. So you'll see I'll run out here, get into cover, see if I can kill that guy. Nope, he got me, but hopefully my teammate will kill him. But you know, it's neat. And you'll see here that the game is third person. That's pretty obvious, but if you, as you saw a couple times in there, I was able to switch into my iron sights, which is a great feature. I love that. I love going in and out of the iron sights to third person. The views are great. The gameplay is great. As I said, there are bugs in the game, but it doesn't really take away from the actual gameplay, which is great. You always want a game like that. The spawn system, as you saw here, is pretty glitchy at the moment. I spawned right in front of somebody, and it's kind of not fair, but you know, what are you gonna do? They promise fixes for all this stuff, so that's what we're worried about, and that's you know, hopefully they'll deliver on that. But as you know, you see as you play, the guys will actually talk to you as well, which is pretty neat. So if you are down and you don't necessarily have voice comms or a way to talk to your teammates, your guys will, you know, say critical information over the battlefield comms, which is pretty cool. I like that feature as well. There's a couple games that are actually starting to do that. And here's somebody else's gun we can pick up. Oh, maybe it's better than mine. Oh, looks like the same thing. But yeah, so you know, you can customize your gun. Somebody picks it up, and now they have your customizations, which is, you know, pretty neat. I like that. You know, I really can't find a whole lot of bad things to say about the gameplay itself, but you know, that's not to say we can't do an update later on. You'll see here I have a detected marker on me. The game plays in strategic warfare as well. Engineers can collect data on the other team and find out where they are, what objective they're doing, what kind of weapons they have. All that kind of stuff is checkable by the engineer, which is pretty cool. I like that feature as well. There's a lot of neat things going on here in Ghost Recon Future Soldier, and you know, I think I'm gonna have a great time playing it. I think you guys will have a great time playing it. And that about wraps it up. So for Daily and GamersPlatoon, we will see you guys next time in the Armory.
We were able to pull data off the sensor. Well done.